Jaitley has spoken at the Harvard. That's our top focus story. Let's get you details of what he said. Arun Jaitley defended the government's note ban move and the GST at the Harvard University. The Union Finance Minister said that the slump is temporary. Arun Jaitley insists demonetisation and GST are tough laws that will have long-term benefits. When asked how he would react to the slowdown if he were in the opposition, Arun Jaitley insisted there is no slowdown, just a shock to the shadow economy. He insisted that the government is doing its best to change India's sluggish tax system. He insisted that demonetisation or note ban was not aimed at stealing anyone's money. He insisted that terror funding had been cut because of demonetisation. He was speaking at the Harvard University. Arun Jaitley also insisted that the GST Council will bring in real estate under the ambit of the new tax system. So this is where Arun Jaitley has spoken out at the Harvard University. Prateek Kanwal is a student at the Harvard University. He joins us on the broadcast. Prateek, take it away. Describe to us the atmosphere and what the finance minister said.
Hi, Gaurav. Good morning. The expectations at the university was pretty high with this event. People were wanting to know what has happened to the economy so suddenly and what is going to happen going forward. I mean, since we are in a position where the economy has slowed down to about 5.7%, and with the GST not being able to take off the way it was anticipated, and with the demonetization still affecting the unorganized sector, we were really keen to hear from him what is his take on all these things. And it was a very candid conversation. It started off with a cocktail reception wherein about 20 to 30 of us were talking to him on a very candid basis, and he opened up and talked about not only the policy aspect but the political aspect as well. And he talked about the space which the Congress is leaving at the center, and why he feels that the BJP should take a center stand on social issues as well, which to our students was a big surprise, given that they have a clear RSS backing, and we were expecting a more right-wing focus. But he said the social space needs to be taken by the BJP, and they need to be more centrally aligned, which I think was also another thing which stood out from his discussion.
So Prateek, as a scholar at the Harvard University, how convincing were his arguments that there is no slowdown, there is a sluggish economy, and that demonetization has had its benefits, that the tax net has widened? What were reactions of scholars in this conversation?
Gaurav, he did look visibly distressed and visibly uncomfortable, asking, answering questions, which he was cornered a little bit on demonetization and GST. But he stood his ground. He did stand his ground. He said that these shocks were temporary, and in the long run, benefits will accrue out of it. And he said that his government was going hard on corruption and shadow economy, and that this was both done to get the tax net widened. When asked whether people will celebrate a good Diwali, it didn't seem like there were convincing answers coming from him. It did seem like the government is in its thinking mode, and it's trying to get out of a tough situation which it's facing right now.
Prateek Kanwal at the Harvard University. For the moment, many thanks for joining me here on India Today.